What is up, fellow dropshippers? Welcome back to the channel, a special social distancing edition of the Paul J. Lipsky live stream videos that I do for you guys every single week. For those of you who don't know, I do these every single week for you guys, give you guys the latest news about eBay and Amazon dropshipping, as well as answer your questions. So if you don't want to miss them, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you get alerted when I do go live. So we have lots of important things to cover this week, so I do want to get right into it. But I do want to let you guys know that every time I make a video and say the word coronavirus, YouTube demonetizes my video. So if you do want to give me any sort of support, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button down below. All right, now let's get into the latest news. First up, we have some more information from United States Postal Service. So this is not something particularly new because we kind of knew about this, but they did issue another statement saying that there is currently no evidence that COVID-19 is being spread through the mail. So we kind of already were told that, but they just wanted to say it again because there are some concerns from people thinking that they will get packages that have COVID-19. So if you have customers who are worried about that, send them to the CDC website. And the CDC website specifically says this, that there's no evidence that the virus can be spread through the mail. Now, another concern that a lot of sellers have been having is that, I wish you guys could see me here too, is that let me see if I can fix this real quick. Another concern that people were having was that would we be able to do signatures for different packages, because certain items that are over a certain price point on different platforms, they require signature confirmation of delivery. And there was concern that these different carriers weren't going to do that. Well, USPS says they are still doing customer signatures, but they've just adapted their procedure where they actually put distance between themselves and the person who is signing. So that will continue. So that's more good news for us sellers. So in general, this video I'm going to try to keep upbeat and actually have some positive news for all of you, because there's lots of negative news out there. So I figured I would at least share some good news with all of you. So that's the first thing. The second thing, we're going to talk first about Amazon, then we'll talk about eBay. So Amazon has said that they are now, if you're selling on Amazon, they are going to take into account any COVID-19 related disruptions to your business. So specifically, if you have any late shipping or if you need to cancel an order due to factors outside of your control because of the virus, Amazon says they have our back. Now, with that said, the actual mechanism to make sure that your account isn't hit, that your account doesn't get negatively impacted as a result of any orders that have to be canceled, it's not the best. And Amazon has gotten some flack for this from sellers who say, like, this isn't the right way to do this. This doesn't really instill confidence in us that Amazon, you really do have our backs as sellers. So specifically, Amazon is saying that if you need to cancel an order, what you first should do is reach out to the buyer and ask them to cancel the order. If they do cancel it or they go through the proper steps, make sure you do those steps correctly to cancel it so that doesn't hit your metrics. So for those of you who are members of my Amazon course, the exact way I show you in the course is the right way to do it. But if the buyer doesn't ask to cancel the order, Amazon is telling you that you should cancel the order anyway. And then what they say, that you should cancel the order anyway, but they're also saying this cancellation may impact your performance metrics. However, if we are able to confirm that you notified the buyer using the messaging, they will consider the unforeseen event, and we evaluate your accounts when we evaluate your account's recent performance. So let me kind of break that down again. If you need to cancel an order on Amazon, you first send the buyer a message, and hopefully they will cancel the order. Or ask to cancel the order, and then you actually go through the steps of canceling it. If they don't cancel it, Amazon is telling you to cancel the order anyway. Now, as soon as you cancel an order, it will hit your metrics. So they're saying that as long as you sent the message beforehand, then when it comes time to evaluate your account, Amazon will then consider that you sent the message. Now, that seems very vague to me. I understand these sellers that are very upset with the way that Amazon has gone about this, because is Amazon going to verify every single one of our requests as sellers saying, hey, all 10 of these orders, these were canceled after I sent messages to buyers letting them know that we would not be able to fill the order because of COVID-19. If I have 10 cancellations like that, and every other seller on Amazon has 10 cancellations like that, that is a lot of cancellations for Amazon to manually check. So there are some serious problems with this, but at least Amazon has said they do have our back. I do hope that they find a better system for letting us cancel orders than the one that they currently have, but that's what they have in place right now. Amazon also sent out a message from the CEO, Jeff, who says that and just kind of an update on what's going on. So just to kind of recap, Amazon said recently that they are no longer accepting into their FBA warehouse any new shipments for any non-essential items. When Amazon made that announcement, a lot of FBA sellers were very upset because they will not be able to send in their items to Amazon FBA. A lot of people were also asking, what are these non-essential items? What do essential items mean? We can only ship in essential items. What qualifies for that? And I think this letter This one kind of clarifies that a little bit. So Jeff Bezos was saying that they are prioritizing essential items like household staples, sanitizers, baby formula, and medical supplies. So that kind of gives some clarity. If you have those items, you can send them into Amazon FBA's warehouse and they will stock them and then ship them out for you. They also said Jeff reminded us that they are hiring 100,000 new roles and they're raising wages. And they've implemented new strategies to help with social distancing within their warehouses. So they do still have people in their warehouses working, but now they've implemented new guidelines to keep those people further away from each other, as well as more regular and thorough cleaning of spaces where their employees are working. And they've ordered millions of face masks. Obviously, they're not going to get them until after the doctors and hospitals get them, though. Now, that sounds pretty bad for FBA sellers, but we are drop shippers. This is actually having a positive impact on us because we can now drop ship all those items that Amazon FBA sellers cannot sell. So again, if you're an FBA seller, all you can sell are these household staples. But we as dropshippers, we're not FBA sellers. We can sell these household staples, the sanitizers, the baby formula, the medical supplies, and we can also sell everything else as well. So we are filling a huge gap in the market that has been created by Amazon's new rule that they've had in place just for this short time period while the coronavirus while they're trying to get more control over the coronavirus. So it's kind of good news for us drop shippers, right? And we are seeing this as sellers on Amazon. We're seeing not only these household staples flying off the shelves, but soon the FBA sellers are going to run out of their stock of non-essential items, and we are going to be selling those items instead. So it's really a big opportunity for us Amazon drop shippers. Now let's move on to eBay and some updates from eBay regarding COVID-19. eBay has said that if you want, they will defer your selling fees for 30 days. So if you owe them money, you get your bill every single month from eBay, they will defer that for 30 days if you elect to do that. And that's to help keep capital in our businesses during this time. eBay is stepping up here. They are working with us sellers to try to keep, they know that a lot of people are out of work. They know that a lot of people are stuck at home. They know that a lot of people need the money so that they can reinvest it into inventory that people are buying up quickly online. Because in general, we're seeing so many sales. We see such an increase in sales on all marketplaces because more and more shopping is being done online during this unique time period where people don't want to go into physical stores or don't even want to leave their houses or can't leave their houses. So eBay is reinjecting that money back into the small businesses by allowing them to defer their selling fees for 30 days. So if that's something that you're looking to do, that is an option for you. Another update that's not related to this, but I did want to remind you before we get into some more news about how coronavirus is affecting us on eBay, and some more good news about that. eBay is starting April 1st. If you sell products to Georgia, they are going to start collecting sales tax for Georgia, and July 1st, Kansas will roll out as well. So if you live in Georgia and you've been collecting and remitting sales tax, or you have Nexus in Georgia, starting April 1st, you don't have to worry about that state either. So eBay has continually been adding more states that they are collecting and remitting sales tax for us, which makes our lives as sellers much, 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 much easier. Of course, eBay's being forced to do this by the states themselves, but it's still nice that it's actually happening and rolling out, more and more, because most of the states, eBay is collecting that sales tax for us, which means we don't have to worry about it. All right, so now for the big news that just came out yesterday from eBay that they announced to help us sellers during this time period. They are giving us 50,000. That's right, 50,000, 50,000 additional free listings for the month of March and for the month of April. So 50,000 fixed price listings each month during this time period. That is a lot. So pretty much you will get no insertion fees for all of March and all of April. So that's a lot. They really want to help us here, which is excellent. If you want to take advantage of this, what you have to do is underneath this video, I'll have a link to this page. It's not there right now for you, those of you who live, but I'll put it underneath this video. I'll click on that link and click on Activate Offer. If you qualify for it, you'll get it. And this page also tells you who's eligible. Pretty much you need to have a store subscription and you need to meet eBay's minimum seller performance standards. Just don't be below standard and you'll get those 50,000 listings. And that ends on April 30th, 2020. So that's a lot. That's really going to help us sellers. Now note, that doesn't increase your listing limit. So if your listing limit is 1,000 listings, you're not going to be able to list 50,000 items, right? But you will get 1,000 listings for free. You won't have to pay for those 1,000 insertion fees. So don't think that this means that you can list 50,000 items. That's not the way it works. All right, so another thing I want to update on eBay. So eBay has said that they have banned completely the sale of face masks and all these items that people have been trying to buy up because they don't like people doing like price gouging. But even now, and I'm checking this every single week, these items are still available on eBay.com and they're selling a lot. So I don't know why this person is able to sell these face masks when eBay has said that they would ban them. We're seeing a lot of other items as well. But yep, I don't know. That's just a little on checkout. So let's now go into the live chat and see what kind of questions you guys have this week or comments. I'm getting a lot of them about the coronavirus and how it's impacting drop shipping. We have Lazy Abram back. Thanks for being here, man, as normal. Arthur B, thanks for coming back. We have Johnny in the house. What's up, Johnny? Hope you're safe and you're fine. I know you work in the airline business, so I know you get exposed to a lot of people every single day, so I hope you're doing well. Hey, Rich, what's up? Let's see. Okay. Thank you always for these explanations. My pleasure. Um, Rich says, lockdown special. This is an amazing opportunity for anyone starting their dropshipping business. Nice move, PJL. Thank you, RJ. I appreciate it, man. Okay. So I had some great things I want to comments and different things from this week I want to share with you guys. So inside my private Facebook group, that's just for members of the course, we're seeing some awesome results from students, like I was saying. So this is one of my Amazon students, Richard. He's done over $200,000 in sales in the past 30 days. He's actually turning his store in vacation mode for a little bit, just to take a breather, just because it's so overwhelming. But he's absolutely crushing it. So big props to Richard for doing so amazing with Amazon dropshipping. Over $200,000 in sales in just the past 30 days. We also have one of my eBay students, Raina, who's now done over $76,800 in sales, and he actually has multiple accounts. So this is just one of his accounts. I'm trying to get him to come on my YouTube channel. We're going to make it happen. He's guaranteed me, because he has a unique story, because he actually lives outside the United States. So a lot of people think you can only dropship if you live inside the United States. But here is proof that even if you live outside the United States, you can do almost $77,000 in sales, and that's just on one of his accounts. He has a few of them. Here's Dusty. This is what I was talking about. So Dusty posted this on YouTube, in our Facebook group, our private Facebook group just for members of the course, the eBay course. He says, I can't keep up. I'm getting 60 orders a day, so he's doing Amazon and eBay, sorry, and 15 on eBay. It's Christmas again. Happy selling, folks. And yeah, definitely feels that way. If you need to hire more virtual assistants during this time, you can do that. And it's actually, this is one of the things I love about being an entrepreneur, owning my own business, is that we are creating jobs. We create jobs for people, right? We're not only helping, like, for instance, you think of the whole spectrum. So we're shipping items to people. So that means more carriers. That means more people in the warehouses at the retail websites that we shop from. That means more customer service representatives needed at eBay and at Amazon. And it means that we are hiring directly virtual assistants to help on our business. So think about this. Like, Amazon and eBay have both said that they are cutting back on customer service, or at least trying to transition it, because they don't want their workers working in the offices. They want their workers at home, safe, doing social distancing. So there's a lot of people overseas in, like, the Philippines who might be out of work right now. You could be hiring those virtual assistants. I mean, just think about this. You could literally hire a virtual assistant that just last week actually worked at eBay. They know a ton about eBay. They know a ton about Amazon. You could actually hire them to work on your store with you. Think about how incredibly valuable that is to you and to that virtual assistant as well. So that's an amazing thing that we do as entrepreneurs, as business owners. We create these jobs for people. So don't feel like you have to do it all yourself. Hire virtual assistants and create jobs for other people as well. Another example, this is Richard in my eBay group saying he's suggesting get Zeek Analytics, which I completely agree with, to help you with product research. Saying he's doing like 1,000% sell-through rate due to the current events. And he's doing really well all of a sudden because of what's happening out there. This is Pell, another one of my students, says, thank you, Paul. I'm adjusting now. Have had to recruit family members to help process all the orders that are coming in now, as my VA can't handle all the volume. It's just been completely insane, the numbers that we're seeing online right now. And here's Texas Picker saying, I've done everything you said, Paul. According to eBay, my sales are up 1,000%. So big congratulations to all of my students who are doing well. Pell, we have Richard, that's a different Richard. We have Dusty, Raina, and the other Richard, absolutely crushing it. I mean, this is an opportunity right now. And, there are some, of course, you should be taking care of your health first. And I've said that multiple times. Always focus on your health first. If you have to be somewhere that means that you can't get access to the internet, that's number one. I mean, I think we can all get access to the internet anywhere we are, but That's just for an example. The most important thing should be taking care of your health and protecting yourself and your family, right? Now, luckily, we can stay at home and still make money online, which is something that I'm really passionate about, obviously. And I just think that right now is a huge opportunity. We're seeing a lot more shopping being done online. And I think this global event is really going to signal a switch in the way that the world is kind of run. I think a lot of people are going to see that a lot more business is going to be done online. A lot more people are going to start working from home and telecommuting as well, because I think this will open people's eyes to the fact that you don't have to go into an office to do work. You don't have to go into a store to buy items. And people can see that they can buy so much online and rely on that to actually get their items safely. So I think this really signals a change, and we can be part of that change. I know there's a lot of scary things happening out there, and I'm not trying to play them down at all. They're really serious and things that we should definitely be considering, but we all have to do our part with that. And the government's taking care of that. We have health officials taking care of that, and they've told us that the part that we play in that is social distancing, us staying away from other people, in case we do have it, so we don't spread it to others, and so that we don't get it ourselves, so we can flatten the curve, as they say. So while we're doing that, we can also take advantage of that time, and we can use this as an opportunity for us to grow our own businesses, and to really change our own lives or our families' lives as well. There's a really famous quote by Warren Buffett that I'll probably get wrong, but he basically says, while others are being greedy, be careful, and be afraid. And while others are afraid, be greedy. And I think that applies really well to right now. A few months ago, we saw the stock market booming, and now it's crashing, we see. And this is a time to be greedy, potentially, for you to go in maybe, and this is what I'm going to do, buy some stocks up while everyone else is selling off their stocks. I'll buy them really cheap, and with the expectation that they'll raise back up. Or you see people right now thinking this is a terrible time to start a new business because the stock market's not doing well, because the economy is in a really precarious place. But we online sellers, we're seeing that the more we put into our businesses right now, we are getting a lot more out of it than we were seeing before. So that's what I mean when I say now is the time for us online sellers to be greedy. This is really like our time. This is kind of what we've been waiting for. Of course, I wish this never happened, and I think a lot of you feel the same way. Even those of us who are doing really well selling online, I think we all wish that this never happened, of course. But it is happening. It is a reality. And I think that as long as it's happening, we should be taking advantage of it while that opportunity does exist. Okay. So another question I had this week, or another comment, this was about price gouging. So I mentioned this before, and I made a whole video about this before, about how a lot of sellers online are engaging in price gouging, where they're selling these masks online for much more money than they're regularly sold for. This is why eBay shut down these types of listings entirely. And Amazon has suspended something like over 3,000 accounts for engaging in price gouging. So I asked you all what your opinion was on price gouging. I got a wide variety of answers. Here's one that's a little bit different than most people. He said price gouging is not unethical, and any person who doesn't understand business knows this. Simple supply and demand. If you have 2 face masks in the whole world, you will sell them to the highest bidder, not to the first come, first served at low price. And that's definitely one end of the spectrum. The other spectrum end is what eBay is doing, saying, price gouging is so unethical, we're not going to let anyone even sell any of these products at all, which, as I showed you before, is not actually true. All right. So one person posted on one of my YouTube videos saying, hey, next month, my eBay account is going to fall below standard because I canceled too many orders for being out of stock. How do I get above standard again? And I have some really, really good news for you, because eBay has recently announced, they announced this a few days ago, that they are not going to let any accounts fall below standard, at least until the end of April, I believe the date was. So if your account is due to fall below standard soon, it's not going to fall below standard until the end of April, or maybe it was later than that. Maybe someone in the comments can remind me. I just did a video about it a few days ago. But for now, you are safe. So don't worry about falling below standard. For now, obviously, you should be worried because you want to keep your account above standard. You want to fix your account before eBay evaluates it again, so it doesn't fall below standard. But at least you have a little bit extra grace period during this time. So I wouldn't be too concerned right now. You have time to fix it. And the best way to fix it is to get more sales and don't have any defects on those sales. So if you've made one sale, right, and you canceled that order for being out of stock, then 100% of your orders have a defect on them. But if you now fulfill 99 other orders and you fulfill them all successfully, then the number of orders with a defect is only 1%. So that's what I mean when it gets buried underneath there. So just make more sales and fulfill them successfully. And the number of sales with defects, the percentage will drop until you're safe. Okay. I kind of answered this from Emil. Gostrick says, can you tell me which works well, Amazon dropshipping or AliExpress dropshipping? That's not the right question to be asking. So Amazon dropshipping is a broad term. Amazon dropshipping is a broad term. So what dropshipping is we are selling products on Amazon that we don't physically have in stock. So once the item sells, then we purchase them from our supplier and ship them directly to our customer. And there are multiple different ways to do Amazon dropshipping. That's why I say it's an umbrella term. We can do what I do, which is retail dropshipping, which is where we buy the items from Walmart and ship them directly to the customer. You can do wholesale, where you get direct access to a wholesale supplier, and ship from there. You can do like AliExpress, which is kind of like wholesale, but also kind of like retail. People on both sides will tell me I'm wrong about that, but that's the way I look at it. We're ordering these items from China, from manufacturers in China, and shipping them to customers. And that's through AliExpress. So AliExpress is just a website that we order from, but you can ship AliExpress items to eBay, to Amazon, to any online marketplace, or directly to yourself if you can buy directly from AliExpress. So they're not really it's not the right question to be asking there. So which one is better? Or you can also do AliExpress onto Shopify as well. So just understand the difference so that I can answer your question better, whether you're asking, is Amazon dropshipping better than Shopify dropshipping? Or are you asking, is the type of Amazon dropshipping that I do from retail websites, is that better or worse than using AliExpress as a supplier, for instance? So just to understand, just trying to help you understand the difference between what it is that you're asking. Okay, Preston had a question, and I got this question a few times. Has Walmart ended cashback? So we use cashback websites for our business. So we go to a website like givingassistant.com, and when we go in there, we search for Walmart. And once we search for Walmart, we click through. And because we went through givingassistant.com first, we might get like 2% back on our orders. So if you order something for $100 on Walmart, Giving Assistant will in a couple of months give us $2 for that. Now the percentage changes all the time. Sometimes it's really high, sometimes it's zero, sometimes it doesn't exist at all. Right now, we're seeing that Walmart isn't giving cash back for any of their websites. We've seen this before with Home Depot, where they've dropped it to 1% and then they've raised it back up. So there's a possibility Walmart will raise it back up in the future. Maybe it's just the current circumstances that they've decided to get rid of it for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it does go up and down, so I wouldn't be too worried right now, unless someone has some other news that I haven't heard about, that maybe they've decided to cancel it entirely. But my bet is it's just a temporary thing, and you should keep an eye on it because they might add it back in at another time. Do I recommend dropshipping on eBay over Amazon or vice versa? So I usually recommend that most people start with eBay dropshipping. It's much more beginner friendly. It's definitely kind of the gateway to e-commerce, as I like to call it, because it's so simple to get started. If you're looking to start an e-commerce business, I truly believe there's nothing easier than eBay, or nothing simpler than eBay dropshipping. eBay is one of the simplest, most forgiving platforms, and dropshipping is one of the simplest systems out there with the lowest overhead. So if you're looking to get started, that's what I would recommend. But also underneath this video in the description, underneath the link to that special deal, there'll be something that says like a free quiz to take. Take that quiz. That will actually determine for you where you are in life, in business, and then you can determine, and it will actually spit out results for you that tells you if eBay is a better fit for you or if Amazon is a better fit for you. So go ahead and take that quiz, and that will really help you a lot determine which one you should do. Or if you want to take advantage of the deal is only for the eBay course, so you might want to just jump on that right now. All right, let me scroll back up in the live chat. What do I think of drop servicing? I've looked at that. I've seen the videos on YouTube about it. Definitely something interesting. I think it's kind of like a play on words. They kind of making it seem like drop shipping. I don't think it's really anything like drop shipping at all. I think it's a smart idea, but you got to do it right. So drop servicing, for those of you who don't know, it's like when you offer people a service. Like let's say you're going to say, hey, you pay me $20, I'll make you 2 awesome looking YouTube thumbnails, right? And then all you do is you go into Fiverr and pay someone $5 to make you 2 thumbnails. So you just made yourself like $13 or $14 because there's some extra fees in there as well. And that's basically drop servicing. Now, I think if you're going to do something like that, you have to provide extra value above and beyond what someone can get off of like Fiverr. So you really have to make it like more boutique, maybe more like hands-on or more like hand-holding, I should say, and really provide something extra so that people think they're actually getting a better service than they would be able to just get off of Fiverr, for instance. But yeah, I think if you do it that way, drop servicing could work. Yeah, so eBay shut down their customer service because of COVID-19. Yeah, so you should check out the last video that I did because I did cover that and how you can get a lot of help on eBay without having to call into eBay because they're not picking up right now. So check out that video for all the different help features that are available to us sellers right now while eBay customer service is kind of shut down. How would you take advantage of the 50,000 free listings? So you would just have to, you would just basically have to bulk upload if you really want to take advantage of that. But you don't have to do that. I'm not a huge fan of bulk uploading. I just think that you could hire a couple extra VAs and really double down on what's working, what's already selling, and just say, you know what? We have these 50,000 listings. Let's just go all in for it, right? Let's just list up as many as we can right now of these similar products. So you might have said in the past, like, well, this product looks okay. It doesn't look like the best, so we're not going to waste and list it up. If you have 50,000 listings for free, you might as well list that item up, right? So you just list up anything that even remotely fits the criteria. And you can always delete it later after this promotion ends. Use this time to kind of see what will sell well. And that's a really good use of this time. If there's certain categories that you've never really sold in because you never knew if the items would sell well, for instance, just list up anything and everything during this time period, see what sells, and delete everything else at the end, and then obviously double down on what has been selling during this promotion period. Okay. So while I'm scrolling through the live chat, I just want to remind you guys that, again, because I've mentioned coronavirus and COVID-19 so many times in this video, YouTube will not let me monetize it. So at the very least, what I appreciate if you guys would smash the like button down below, and that's a way of giving back, since there's going to be no monetization of this video. Yeah, so Black God, in reference to the Walmart cashback, says, I noticed that as well. I think it might be temporary due to the fact that I noticed it change around the time that all this quote-unquote stuff started happening. Yeah, and I agree with you on that. How do I get the 50,000 free listings? That will be one of the links underneath this video, but you should also have received an email about it as well. These times when a lot's happening very, very fast. I appreciate you all. Please stay safe out there, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.